What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. Today I'm going to go over all the armorers and what their specialization is. So whether they're temper right, whether they're shield right, whether they're scout right. And I can do this really fast, guys, because I've gone ahead, I've done all the work in the background, pulled all the names and put them in an infographic for you. So I'm just going to show those on the screen and you guys can take screenshots of them or whatever you need to do to figure out which armorer you have that does what. However, I do want to show you how I did this real quick, and then at the end of the video I'm going to go over all the different armor stations and the differences for them. So if you want to stick around for that, you can do that. I've already done that in a previous video, but I figured I would mention it in this video as well. But if you've already seen it, you can click off the video at that point. I also want to tell you guys that if you're looking for specific armors in the Exiled Lands, I have a complete list and video series on my channel already. I'll put a playlist link in the top right hand corner of the video right now so that you guys can find whatever armor it is that you're looking for. So here's how I did this. First of all, I went in and I spawned every tier armor, so every tier 4, so basically armor under dash tier 4, armor under dash 4, and then I categorized them into their own boxes. So then what I was able to do is kind of figure out these are all the armors that are in the Exiled Lands, right? So anything that spawns in the Exiled Lands would be in the first 3 boxes there. The next one is all of the purge armors that I could find from both the dev kit and the admin panel. Now there's some that I don't believe are in this list, but I also don't think they're spawning in the Exiled Lands. I'm not 100% that this is a complete list, but this is at least the most popular purge armors that you're gonna find in the Exiled Lands. Additionally, I went ahead and did one simply for Siptah, so you guys have all that information. I'm going to put each one of these on the screen for about 5 seconds and let you guys take screenshots of them if you need. Now I am planning on doing this exact same thing with the blacksmiths, the carpenters, the priests, and the taskmasters. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that bell so you get notified when I upload another video. At this point in time, that's all the new information that I'm giving you in this video. The rest of this stuff I'm gonna cover, I've covered in other videos. So if you've seen all the armor bench stuff already, you can go ahead and click off. If you want to stay, that's great too. So let's go to the standard armorer's bench. Now the standard armorer's bench does not have any of the epic recipes, and what I mean by that is when we go into our feats and we go to armor, it's just going to be these armors here. Now there is one exception to that, and it's going to be from the library of esoteric artifacts. It's going to be this guy right here, the Yogite Chosen Mask. When it has these purple borders, it means it's epic, and you can find that on the original armorer's bench. And I just want to show you guys real quick the difference between the armorer's bench and the improved armorer's bench. So if we look at the Aquilonian bracers here, you can see it takes 1 medium padding and it takes 8 rhino hide. If we come over here, now this one's going to have both styles. This is going to have the epic with the purple borders, and it's going to have the basic. So the epic is going to be here under feats, and it's going to be all of these epic armors. If we go back in here and we look at the regular, you can see there is some reduction in cost. So not a whole lot. It went from 8 to 6 rhino hide, but there is a small reduction in cost in moving from the regular armor bench to the improved armorer's bench. Now the improved armorer's bench is now unlocked at level 30. So as soon as you get this thing unlocked, put it down, start saving yourself some resources. even though you won't be able to craft the Exile epics until level 60, you can still start using the improved bench and getting reduced recipe costs for your regular armors with the improved bench. And I know a lot of you guys out there are really good at the game. You could probably make it all the way to level 30 without even making armor, and then craft this and make armor on the cheap, or at least cheaper. Now, those are the two benches that you're used to. We're going to talk about these benches. The first one is the Campaign Armorer's Bench. You can see I put it between the cupboards so that you can see how big it is. It's about the size of 2 foundations. Now, the Campaign Armorer's Bench is going to be faster at crafting. So basically, you pay more resources, you put more resources into it, and it crafts the item faster. Now, when I was testing with the Champion's helmet here, it took about 20 seconds for it to craft, whereas the other bench that I'm going to show you next took a full minute to craft that helmet. So this is a decision based on your playstyle that you're going to make, whether you want the Campaign Armorer's Bench or whether you want the Garrison Armorer's Bench. So Campaign, more resources, crafts faster, and that is this bench. If we move over to the Garrison's Armor's Bench, this is the one that's going to cost less resources, but it's going to take longer for it to craft. So if we look here, you can see it is 10 and 10. So that cuts it in half from the previous bench, from the Campaign bench. However, if we go all the way back over here, and you can craft the same quality armor on the improved bench, it's just going to cost you a little bit more, and or it's going to take longer to craft. So you don't even have to use those other 2 benches if you don't want to. This is a recipe for the Champion's helmet, which is 15 armor scraps and 15 layered fur. So the lowest you can craft it for is 10 and 10. The highest you can craft it for is 20 and 20 if you're in a rush, and then this is going to craft it at 15 and 15. However, the end result on that armor durability, armor value, armor weight, all those 3 things, and the amount of attribute points that you get all depend on having a tier 4 thrall on the bench. And if you want the highest attribute points out of all these different armors, you definitely need to put a tier 4 thrall on the bench. Real quick, I just want to show you the size of the Garrison, which is the one that reduces the resources. It is 2 foundations by 2 foundations. It's going to be a 4-pad square, right? Once you get a thrall on there, and there's really nothing that you're going to end up doing with this room because you want to get to it. This one is 2 foundations. This one is, these can fit in a 1.5. They're kind of funky because they don't like to sit right in the middle of the foundation, but there's the sizes for you. And that's all I have for this video, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. You can click one of the other videos coming up on the screen to watch next. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace. I'd like to give a big shout out to all my YouTube members. Y'all are absolute legends. If you'd like to become a legend, there's a button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for their continued support, likes, comments, and general awesomeness. If you're not subscribed, you can start your free trial today and cancel at any time. Clicking the bell is highly recommended so you get notified when I upload another video.